Hey, welcome back to SLG TV. Today's video is going to be a mini sales training where I'll be guiding you through this simple discovery call template that I use on my discovery calls that helps me to sell authentically and convert an interested audience into official clients and students. So if you're like, yes, I want to learn how to sell in an aligned, natural, and non-salesy kind of a way, then keep on watching because this is the video for you. I'm Kellyanne Zielinski and I help online coaches create, package, sell, and scale their signature programs, and today's discovery call conversation is a big part of that. A discovery call is a one-on-one conversation that you offer with prospective clients and students to learn about their challenges and determine if your products, programs, or services could potentially be a solution for them. Ultimately, you're both discovering if your coaching is the right fit for them in some form or fashion. Now, if you've landed your first discovery call, let me be the first to congratulate you, friend, because I want you to take a moment to celebrate that. You've magnetized these people to you, whether it was with your content marketing or an engaged social following or an awesome website with great SEO. Whatever you're doing is working, and that is worth celebrating. Now that you have people coming to you, you may be wondering what needs to happen next. Like, what specifically do you say on these discovery calls? And just know that even though you're selling, it can feel like a win-win authentic sales process. So first things first, it's important to go into discovery calls or free coaching calls, whatever you want to call them, thinking of them as sales calls, because they are. And coach, you have to own that from the beginning. Now, in saying that, before you go into a discovery call, you want to be crystal clear on your offers, because you never know which of those products, programs, or services will be the best fit for their current situation. Someone may not be the right fit for one-on-one coaching, but they may be a great fit for another offer of yours, like an online course or a digital product. Now, before we get into the 6 discovery call questions that I use in my template, it's important to mention that something that's really supported me in building relationships and rapport quickly is to do all of my discovery calls and free coaching calls on Zoom so that I can share my screen and give a visual solution. I also typically allow the person on the call to record so that they can show a spouse or a partner later on if they feel like that's necessary. Now, as the coach, you want to lead the discovery call and show up confident. The first few minutes are typically introductions and setting the tone for the call and sharing what they can expect. So this can sound something like this. Hey, my name is Kellyanne. Thanks so much for scheduling a call with me. I'm so glad that we can connect today. So how I usually run these calls is I want to take some time to get to know you and your goals. And then if I feel like I can support you, I'll show you an outline of exactly what you need to know. Then after that, you'll have a chance to ask any questions. So how does that sound? Now, after that intro is complete, I get into these super simple 6 discovery call questions that I use to enroll clients and students into my offers in an authentic way. Discovery call template question number 1, where did you find me? So 99% of the time, clients find me through either Pinterest searches, YouTube searches, or Google searches. Me learning about where they found me is really helpful for a few reasons. Number 1, I want to know where they hang out online, because this tells me which platforms to pay more attention to in the future. Number 2, I want to know what they were proactively searching for when they found me, because this tells me about the challenge they're having or the solution they're looking for. Also, if enough people found me through one piece of content, I may consider creating more content around that topic or a product, program, or service. And 3, I want to know the content that stuck out the most so that I can get a sense of what stage of business they're in, as well as how I can best help them with my offers. Now, once I know where they found me and what content stuck out the most, I go into discovery call template question number 2, which is, where do you feel like you're stuck in business? At this stage of the call, I prompt them to tell me about what they've already created and where they're currently at. And this is helpful because number 1, they share their accomplishments and their pain points, and I can typically use this language in a few different ways. I often use the exact phrases that I hear in discovery calls on my website, on my sales pages, in email campaigns, and in my content marketing. Number 2, I'm mentally qualifying them for certain products, programs, or services and disqualifying them for others as they're speaking. Now, depending on their stage of business, some offers will be overwhelming for them, while other offers, they might be beyond, and then other offers will be the perfect fit. Now, before you leave this part of the call, acknowledge their feelings and how far they've already come. Then you can move on to discovery call template question number 3, which is, are you open to me sharing a solution? Now, this is where I share my screen and I walk them through the the exact offer or signature program that I recommend for them to get the results that they're looking for. I briefly talk about the modules. I may show one of the workbooks. I highlight some of the comments in the comments section beneath the videos so that they know that there's extra support. And I share anything else that's relevant for them to see, not just hear about or know. I intentionally do this because the mind can go into overwhelm quickly when you're talking about next steps. So showing the potential client what they're going to get has been simpler and less confusing than just telling them. After I take the time to show them the solution to their pain point, there's rarely a need to overcome any kind of like sales objections, mainly because there aren't any. And if there are, it typically isn't the right fit to work together. And before we move on to question number 4, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So how do you share the details of your offers on discovery calls? Go ahead in the comments below and let me know. Discovery call template question number 4, does this seem doable to you? This is where you need to know inside and out who the perfect client is for the offer that you're sharing. This question gives me an idea if they're mentally and emotionally an energetic match for not only my offers, but also for me. And why does this matter? Because that offer is typically one of many offers that I'll be sharing with them while they're in my sphere of influence. So if they're not a vibrational match for one offer, we most likely won't vibe with others. Discovery call template question number 5, what are the next steps to enroll? And they typically ask me this question. Because I fit their need with the perfect solution, typically after questions 3 or 4, they'll ask me what the next steps are to enroll. Now this includes me sharing the amount of time the offer will take, how much it is, and if there are payment plans, as well as if there's time with me personally involved. Now it's important to be sure that you have all this information ready ahead of time so that you don't stumble. Then you can move on to the last question, which is discovery call template question number 6. How do those numbers feel to you? So do they feel scary? Were they expected? Is it normal? I call out the pink elephant in the room with pricing and move on pretty quickly. Because of the amount of valuable content that I share for free on these calls, my prices are typically expected and considered reasonable. Now after this, I give a 24-hour fast action bonus if they enroll quickly, and I send one email detailing the offer and giving the discount code. And that's it, friend. That's the exact discovery call template and sales techniques that I use to sell my coaching in a completely aligned win-win kind of a way. So if this video is just what you needed in your coaching business, please let me know by liking it below, subscribing, and sharing it with your coach friends. And lastly, if you want to join a free community of online coaches who are building their online coaching businesses just like you, I've created a Facebook group to help support your journey and to connect you with like-minded people. So go ahead and click that link in the description below as well. Until next time, keep building your empire.